This is a Pickaroon, and this is a Hookaroon. I'm going to talk about these just very briefly and why they are different, but let me talk about this one first. This is a Hookaroon that was sent to me from ThrwClub. 24 inches long, or just a hair under 24 inches long, has a 6-inch blade on it, and it has this hook shape, hence it is a Hookaroon. It's a hollow metal tube handle. The blade is bolted into the handle there, sort of rubbery grip on it, and then this plastic hook at the end of the handle so your hand doesn't slide off. The handle is riveted on, at least this plastic hook is on the end. On Amazon, at least, this is selling for about $26, at least at the time I'm recording this. So what makes this a Hookaroon versus this? Really, it's the shape, and I'm not an expert. If you're an expert, go ahead and leave your expert opinion. The internet's got lots of experts. This is a Pickaroon. The pick is straight, whereas this is hook shaped. The end hooks down, the point is facing down, and that's really the difference.
Perfect.
Obviously, these are very different. This is 24 inches long. This one's about 32 inches long, and I put a long handle on this one for a reason, and that was so that I could reach pieces of wood that were on the ground without bending over. So this tool is long because it allows me to stick it in a log or a piece of firewood down on the ground so I can pick it up and I don't have to bend over. I think this is the longest length of this tool that, at least that ThrwClub sells. They do have some shorter ones available, but this one, as you can see, is not quite as long as I would prefer the tool to be. I will still have to bend over to stick it into a piece of wood, but that's just me. My wife does not like using this tool because she says it is too long.
That's what she said.
So this size tool might be much better for her. She also says this is too heavy. I haven't weighed this one, but it is much lighter than the Pickaroon. She hasn't tried it because she's been pregnant and hasn't really wanted to move firewood all summer. Actually, I have not let her move firewood. I'm sure she would have tried. Now let's talk about the purpose. What I typically use a Pickaroon for is picking up logs off the ground. If I have a piece of firewood on the ground, I will use this tool to stick it, and I can pick that firewood up and move it to the stack without bending over. This tool does a similar purpose, but there are some differences. To pick up a log, I have to swing more at an angle this way to get that point into a log. It does stick in a little deeper because it is much thinner profile. Picking up pieces of wood off the ground is not really what the Hookaroon shape was designed for. What it was actually designed for is pulling things, or pulling logs off a pile, pulling slabs off of a wood mill. It's excellent for hooking.
Phrasing.
It's excellent for pulling things with a hook shape, hooking onto things. You know, you get what I mean. If I wanted to move logs off this pile, this will work to pull, but I gotta swing it and stick it in. This shape is much more suited for just sticking in without having to swing it down as much. But really, they are similar tools. They do similar jobs. And if you have two similar tools, you can use them to move quite large things around pretty easily because they just make your arms longer. I've had this tool and I have been testing it, and I have moved quite a bit of wood with this tool. Let's talk about how it's held up. It's done okay. The head has a little bit of a wiggle to it. Something's worked loose. I can tighten these bolts up a little more perhaps. More concerning with this tool is the tip. And I'm not a blacksmith or a metallurgist or, you know, anything like that. But I do know from having a lot of axes and tools that grinding really fast and discoloring the edge of your tools equals bad things. And that is what happened here. the tip, just from using it and sticking it into firewood, the tip has bent and kind of hooked over. Those two things have given me some question about the overall life of this tool and how long it will actually hold up. Is this a good tool? I don't know. It's $26. If you're not moving a ton of firewood around, it's probably fine. This tool, I bought at a garage sale for $1. You may never find one of these for $1. If you're just moving a little firewood, maybe 26 bucks is the way to go. If you want to get a really solid one, there's other brands out there that might be better, but they cost a lot more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.